So did you know that Buffalo Wild Wings has buy one, get one on Thursday?
Buy one, get one on Thursday. What does that mean?
BOGO. We got the man here, Mr. Methodonics. You put me on yesterday. Okay, and I just found out. This is not a Buffalo Wild Wings ad, by the way. This is just some general knowledge that I think all of you need to know. On Thursdays, they have BOGO. And the question was, what is it? Is it BOGO, buy one, get 1% off, or buy one, get one free?
Buy one, get one free on Thursdays.
Did you turn the mic on? Okay, cool. Just making sure. Buy one, get one free on Thursdays. And guys, it's boneless wings. And as soon as I showed up and I saw that you could get 15 boneless wings and plus another 15 for free, I was like, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem.
That is a problem. I'm not going to lie. That's a lot of wings for free.
You can catch me at Buffalo Wild Wings probably every Thursday. And that is no joke because they have a lot of flavors. But I wanted to try the spiciest one.
Spiciest one.
See if I could get my meal comped.
That's going to be a tough one to get.
He said he could do it last night.
I'm willing to do it, bro. I got the fourth one from the top, and it was all right. You know, fourth one from the top on a hot scale. And I was able to handle that, no problem with water, chilling. No big deal.
See, spice is something that's like, you gotta like build your way up with it.
Nah, dude. I think, you know what? I honestly think that I will do a vlog and send it. And I'm going to push through, okay? Because a long time ago, I was fat. And my name was Kevin Would Eat That. That was the thing. Kevin would eat that, man. I was the guy that you would pay $5 to eat that nasty concoction that people made. And
but
I was making money at lunch.
You would do it. Be like, here's my milk, cheese, chicken patty, and broccoli all mushed together.
That's horrible.
$5? $5 back in elementary school was rich.
That was a lot of money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A lot.
I guess so.
So I want to try the hottest wing challenge and make it through.
I mean, do you really think you could do that though?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. They advertise it like it's gonna kill you. Damn near. Did you see the big screen TV they had?
Give me the contract.
I mean, let's definitely do it.
I'll sign the waiver.
Might as well, right?
I'll sign the waiver. Mama Avery's no bitch.
Never,
you heard that.
Zaki said never, never, never.
never.
You heard that. So with that being said, guys, it's not a Buffalo Wild Wings ad, but welcome to Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. Now that right there should be an ad, okay? Should be an ad. And we're going to get that, and I have ideas to propel myself towards Arizona and get this ad. So, Steve, thanks for joining me here on Tea Time.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, my friend.
I'm not a shaker, to be honest. If I'm going to be honest, I think this part of the can is the best part of the can unshook. Just being real.
Elaborate. Why?
So you get all the bad stuff that falls down to here. So you want to shake it. So most of this is more of just the water, less basing of flavor and sugar and whatnot. So I feel like this is the most hydrating part, which keeps you keep drinking them. And then this part is what dehydrates you with all the sugar. So if you shake it, then you're screwing yourself. You drink it real fast, you're dehydrated.
That is a great logic. I'm not going to fight you with that one.
I might be wrong, but I know if you let something sit out, it's going to change a little. You let ice sit in a cup of water. The water changes with the ice in it, or like a Coke, a McDonald's Coke. The ice melts. The top of the Coke is going to be the water. Mm-hmm. And the bottom is going to start to turn into more and more Coke flavoring. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my theory behind it.
Dude, not only are you an engineer, you're a scientist, you're a taste tester. You got it all planned out, man.
This guy got a broken hip. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take special care of him.
So can I tell you what happened? No joke. I dropped that in the store.
Well, that's a uh-oh on you.
Yeah, I was so happy that it didn't burst. Because yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't know. He's the leaning tower of Pisa.
It really is.
Like,
it really is. But guys, if you watch the show, we talked about it. My man Steve's over here is going to create a beat, and I'm excited to hear it. And you know what? I think you better be excited to hear me freestyle because I got bars for days, bars for hours. My name is Kmart with 2 T's. 3, 2, 1. Under the sun. Got no gun. No need to run. I'm my father's son. The only one.
The only one.
Oh man. So yeah, man. Let's get into it. You know, you said that you want to test yourself, test your skill. You wanted to set a timer.
Yeah.
That timer is 5 minutes
Yes,
for
sir.
you to create something here. So,
Yeah.
how you feeling? Are you ready to go?
I think I could do it. I think I'm comfortable enough. I think we can get this done.
Any rituals you need to get out of the way?
Nah.
No.
Nah, I'm confident, man. I'm confident. Let's see what we can get done.
All right. Well, here we go. The timer is going to start now. You have 10 seconds of leadway, and when 5 minutes starts, I'll let you know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's get it. So we're gonna start with this.
So I'm
Looking through the
actively
samples.
hearing this as he's working,
Yeah.
and
We'll start looking through
I'm
these
going to
samples.
react to it. So
See what
let's
I'm
see what we
feeling.
got going on here. Steve, as you're working through this, if you can, try to elaborate on what you're doing. I think he's so locked in already. He's so locked in. I hear it all.
This is a big one. I like this.
All right. First take sounds dark.
Alrighty. Let's see. See what we can do with this guy.
This sounds like a dark night. Dark night type of beat. I'm going to be honest. It sounds
Yeah,
like a
it's
Dark Knight type
getting
of
there.
beat.
It's getting there. So the hardest part right now is getting this on time and making sure we're all correct here.
I'm going to let you lock in. I'm going to try to keep the conversation going, but I also don't want to pull you away because
Nah,
he
you're
is
good.
working on a timer.
I am on a timer, so once I get this set in place, we're in go mode here.
1 minute has passed.
Yeah, that's where you do this, and we are in go mode.
All right, I'm going to hear it. Can you hear it out there? Methodonics hears it too. He's thinking about it. He's like, yo, I might have to pick up this beat. All right. Try to find a melody, kid. That's what I got to do. The hook is going to be Buffalo Wild Wings. B-dubs. B-dubs. Yeah. B-dubs. That's what it's going to be. Hey,
All right, drums in.
B-dubs out there. All right, let me think about it. Okay, we got some bass coming in. We got the beat coming in. It's picking up the tempo.
I'm waiting for this
So,
clap to load.
Trap Star Steez. You know, I'm thinking of a lot of, trappy type of vibes. What's your experiences with him, Methodonics, creating beats? What type of genre do you think he focuses more towards?
Well, I've seen him create a lot. If
All
you want me to
right,
be
so now we
honest.
can add some.
And the time frame in which I've seen him create certain beats, I've seen him create beats in 4 minutes. I've seen him create beats in 20 minutes. It depends on what he's creating. You know what I mean? For the most part, I really like his drill beats.
Where we at? 2.5?
Yes, sir. Two
Oh,
and a half.
we're good.
His drill beats, he gets very, very creative with. You know what I mean? But he's not limited. He could create almost anything. You just run the idea past him, and I'm sure he could create it. I've seen it.
I've heard the range. When he was here yesterday. He created something on the fly, and we were talking about, you said drill beats.
Yes.
So I hear that. He sent me a couple of samples, but he does have a range. He
Very.
can slow it down. He can give you that guitar riff. He can give you the
Uh-oh,
drill beat.
I gotta get a snap.
We got uh-oh.
He's locked in.
See if we can find it in time.
Let's see it. This is dope. I'm actually really excited this is happening. If it all works out,
Uh-oh.
showcasing your skills here.
I need to snap here. We're just gonna work on arranging this then. We got a minute and a half left.
A minute and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Time is flying.
It does run up really quick when you're doing this.
What was one of your favorite tracks let me rephrase that. What are some of the highlights that you two have shared within the studio where it's just like, damn, like that really worked out just as it was and turned into a final product that the people can reflect on right now?
Honestly, Steez has probably done about 80% of all of my songs, right? So I would say Bruce Banner is definitely one of them. Even if I dislike the song, I have to give it its credit. It's very successful. We made that in 7 minutes. That song was done in 7 minutes.
Wow.
Not a lot of work on some of them. We be putting in work, so we make it look easy. That's really what it is. Like, even right now, this beat, I can make this something so crazy, but right now, this is the base idea for the start of it. And we got 40 seconds left, and I basically have a beat I can make go crazy, and another 10 minutes, but we're going to get something that's going crazy in the next 30.
Okay.
Let's run this up.
30 seconds. Finalize. Here we go. B-dubs. B-dubs. Okay. Said, I'ma get some B-dubs. You wanna give me a hug? Look at your girl. She's on the floor like that rug. Damn. I'm over there like a scam. Don't you know I'm the man? The man with the plan, the middleman over here with Steve's PA. Okay, don't you understand this race? I'm over here just trying to set the pace. But there it goes, the 808. It's a time. Timer is up. We spitting on the beat. Don't you understand? He's smoking and he's got some heat. Okay, pack it back. Now I'm on attack mode. Attack. Oh shit, I folded. I lost it, guys. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Ready? Here's the one that I keep in a vault. Okay. I said, break a leg. You need a bag of ice. I'm nice. I'm cooking that shit. It's rice. Oh my gosh, it's rice. Con adobo, sazon. Yeah, you know that.
Let's go.
All right, I could really rap though if I really want to. So,
oh man,
I appreciate that, bro. That was fantastic.
Appreciate you, man.
That was so much fun.
That was some fun, honestly. In 5 minutes, that did go by quick. And sometimes if I'm in the zone in the studio, all I'm saying is when I'm in the zone in the studio and I find that sample, those 5 minutes will turn into 2 minutes for me, and I'll have the beat done quicker than this. And it's just. Sometimes you click so much harder. Like, for instance, this is just a speed run, so there's no emotion into this beat besides knowing how it needs to sound and what needs to go where. But when you're in the studio and you're just chilling there after a song or whatever, and you got done recording for a little bit, and it's time to just kick back, make a beat, or start writing something new, and you need a beat, so you start making a beat. Finding a sample in that environment will set your brain to just work so much faster and on point with everything you need to do, because as soon as you hear that certain sound, the picture gets painted in your head and you're just filling in one piece to show another 10 more pieces in front of you.
Let me ask you this question. All right, there's this gentleman who I interviewed. His name is Broy Beats. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah, I actually had the pleasure of working with them when I was in high school, starting out down on Just Right Ave or Just Right Place. Just Right Place. I met him on what's his name? Simrel is the last name. Good kid. I made some good music with him. We were producing buddies, and met him there. And that's kind of where that took off. So he's been doing his thing. I've been seeing him, and he's been growing in his own producer field, and he's doing good. It's pretty dope to see him grinding out here and successful.
Yeah, Broy is a really cool character. I had the pleasure of interviewing him and sitting down with him here at this table. And you know, I've seen him cook up beats, and it's really, really cool seeing him do that. But I know he mentioned to me that he would get on Twitch or something like that, streaming, and let's say it was just a producer who is basically giving you a sample list. Like, he just gives you 5 pieces of it, and it's like, you have an hour to create something with this. With these 5 sounds, and then submit it. And if you win, you know, if you make the best sound, you know, you can win a prize or something like that. Have you ever done anything like that?
Nah. Most of the stuff that I've got into was basically every direction I took for this producing thing was kind of like, I'm gonna buy a service that's gonna unlock more services. So, say I buy a sample pack, or I buy a drum kit or something. I'm going to buy a sample pack or drum kit from somebody that has leeway. Okay, you buy this from me. We have a higher chance of connecting and networking and working together, collaborating, compared to where if you're competing for a prize, you're only competing if you win. So at the end of the day, it's pay to play all around in every field you go to in the world, pay to play. So if you could just pay to play and make great bonds out of it, just out of that one single transaction, it's going to lead to more money overall at the end of the day, you know?
Pay to play. Yeah, that is how the world works, man.
Pay to play.
How the world works. Good idea. Make great point you made there. Dude, I wanted to expand a little bit on the racing side of you. I think that's definitely worthy of a tea time segment here, man. Talk to me about racing. Talk to me about the cars that you race. Definitely, I hear you have a immaculate trophy case.
Yeah. So the racing side of my family started out and I would have to say back in the 60s. It started out back in the 60s when the type of racing I do was just kind of new to the time and age of automobiles, because still automobiles were just being for transport, new and whatever. But this was the era of where they started seeing who could build the fastest car, the fastest motor. So this type of racing on a track to get off of streets and make profit from it and whatnot started to build. And my grandfather, he had it's called a non-wing USAC 410 sprint car. At the time, they might not have been 410 cubic inches. That's the size of the motor that they would be running. But now, in this day and age, they're 410 cubic inches, big block motors, and they produce 700 to 900 horsepower. And basically, back in the day, my grandpa owned a car for USAC, and he would go racing, and he'd have drivers in his car, and he'd go. There was tracks all around PA at the time, and there still is now. They're growing, and slowly, it's still growing. But basically, my grandfather had my father, and my father ended up having down the road, yeah. So he was growing up in the racing, watching his dad have these people in his car racing, and by the time he was, I want to say 18. My grandfather passed away, his dad. And so from then, his knowledge of being a kid watching his dad race, he took it upon himself to do it himself and have his own career, following through with my oldest brother, having him at that time. So he went racing, and he started racing, did a good career, but obviously didn't have the time and funds to start a family, buy a house, buy a race car, go racing, go to work, and have more kids. So down the road, my middle brother came, and then a year later I came, and my oldest brother was racing already when I was probably 6, 7 years old. So he was, well, basically my whole lifetime. But I would say when I was just getting around born is when he started racing, and I always watched him, learned through my dad's knowledge, telling us stuff, and then that landed me in starting when I was older. I'd get it. I was 14, I think, 13, 14. I got it into racing. It's just a standard go-kart, like you'd go race at a indoor go-kart track.
Yeah.
Besides, they're specifically made for dirt oval tracks, so they're configured to only turn one way and balance one way to work and set up on it. On top of the motors, they were just like Harbor Freight, like Predator motors, which are only like 49 to like 60 cc or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, on a small little go-kart track racing with other kids learning, it's fast at a young age. It feels fast. But that taught me a lot. That started my career. I ended up, my first year in, I think I ended up with around 15 to 17 wins out of like a 27 race season in my first year racing. And then the second year I had about 22 or 20 wins out of 27, and then got kicked out from the track that I was at because I was beaten. So the track owner of the track, I won't say the track name because they'll probably end up seeing this from me sharing it. So the track owner, he is, say, you're my buddy, I own a track, and you're going to race. I build your motors, and you come race at my track, and we have a fun time hanging out at the races. I get to watch your kid go fast and win, and everything goes his way. Soon as that changes and some random person changes that, I've won for 2 years in a row, and they were building motors out of specs from our division, so they were gaining, let's say, a 1 horsepower difference, which that 1 horsepower is still maximum over our limit. So say you have a limit, that's our maximum. So they were building motors to purposely be faster and win on purpose, but the leeway was the owner never would say anything like check the motor or tech them. That's what you're supposed to do, is get teched. They would never tech them, and if there is a problem, it's always your fault, not their fault. So that ended up into me winning, blah, 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 blah. And I ended up denying a tech after the 2 years of winning, and they kept every race I won, I get tech. So I denied it, and they said goodbye. That's it. See you later. So kick ban. See you later. You're gone for winning and beating a crybaby, basically.
Wow.
But anyways, after that, that's what took me to the next step in my racing career into racing a wingless 600 micro sprint. So it's basically a copy of a 410 sprint car, the full size, but it comes down to like half the scale. And instead of a 410 cubic inch big block motor, we run 636cc Kawasaki motors off of crotch rocket, like street bikes.
Mm-hmm.
So they produce like 150 horsepower, and they get going on the tracks we run. They run about probably going into the corner about, I'd say 80 to 100 miles an hour on a bigger track, and a smaller track like 50 to 70. But that's only on a track as big as a quarter mile start to finish. So
do you still race?
yeah, I just this year I get to it, but when I started, got into the micro sprints. Started first night out, I finished second. Picked up, like I was picking up how to turn the car and how to counter steer while I was sliding, learning how to do all that. Finished second first night out, and then next week comes, go back out to the track, Hamlin Speedway. It's out in Moscow or Hamlin area.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up going out my second night out next week, and I ended up winning the race on my second night out, second night in the car. And ever since then, it kind of like spotlighted, like, okay, there's something here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's something here. So I think I ended off that season with another 2 or 3 wins on my first season ever. And then we ended up racing there for the next year. But things went sideways. Same thing. Pick me, you know. And when you get beat, it's never their fault for being slow. It's your fault for being fast. So one thing led to another, and yeah, there was some fist flying. And
Wow.
at this time, I was only like 15. I was like 16. So at this time, I'm like a 16-year-old throwing fists with like 30 people compared to like our 5 to 10 people on our crew against 30 people on their crew. So like I'm throwing fists with like grown men, like people a little bit older than me, like 20s, you know what I mean?
What
And
a
it's just
life.
like, yeah, so it's like that was that. And all right, we got kicked out of there. I ended up like I got hit by some older dude, and all I do is turn around and I grab a block and crack him in the head with a cinder block.
Yeah.
And I was 16 at the time, so dude
spilling the tea.
Dude goes to the ground. He's like an older dude. Like he had to be like 60 at the time. So I'm like, all right, I'm 16, you're 60. You just smacked me in the back of the head while I clearly didn't see you. There was literally a cinder block in this victory lane circle. Cinder block holding up like a sign or something, or just stacked up to look like a stage kind of thing.
Yeah.
Showcasing a billboard. Grabbed that, cracked him on the head with it. He goes down, and I get grabbed and thrown over a fence, kicked out by. And that was the last I was ever there.
Wow.
And then gets better.
Yo, do you have any POV videos of you in a vehicle?
Older videos, yes. I could show you the video of me winning actually.
Yeah.
For
I'd
my
like to see that.
I could show you that. But older videos, yes. Newer videos, no, because I got rid of GoProing on the car, as it is bad luck. So I came to terms that having a camera to showcase talents inside the car is worse than videoing outside the track, having someone video for you.
Mm-hmm.
So a GoPro in the car is definitely bad luck. I don't like it. Why do you think everyone with GoPros catches inside their car when they crash? Because it's bad luck. So anyways, like I was saying, after that ban episode from the next stage in my career, we go to a track called Greenwood Valley Action Tracks. It's up, it's only about like an hour and 15 minutes from here, but me and my brother, this is the same thing, 600 micro sprint racing. Besides, instead of wingless like at Hamlin Speedway, this is winged racing. So they have 2 specifically designed wings on top of the car.
Okay.
And basically, me and my brother, at this time, I was finally getting proficient and actually like taking real skills to learn off of my brother to imply to be just as good as him. And ultimately, we ended up bouncing back off of each other of how to get better. And it took a year of racing at this track to figure the track out, to become competitive. And then the next year, we won probably 75% of the races together.
Wow, that's it.
And coming into the next season of being there, we win basically every race, if not every other race. Me and my brother won. And coming to this last race, it was like a big money show. It was like, I think it was about like $2,000 to win. And we're running. It's good, all good. And some guy is getting passed. Another one of the owner's buddies, that kind of deal. So he's getting passed, and he's like an old timer, like 55, 60-year-old dude, still racing with some young bucks. You know what I mean? And he's getting passed. He knows who I am. He knows I'm passing him because we've been beating him for the last 2 years. So he gets passed, doesn't like it. Caution comes out. We restart. We file up. We're coming to the line to restart. We restart. I go into the corner up on the top lane, and he comes down on the bottom to try to like slide up his car in front of me going into the straightaway.
Mm-hmm.
But I had such a good run that when he went to come slide up, that I got around him coming to the straightaway, and he hit my left rear tire and spun himself out from the impact. Like it just like kind of like just bounced off, and it spun the car the other way, and there's no saving it. So he spun out, got out of his car because I think someone hit him as he was spinning out, so it broke something on the car, couldn't race anymore. So for his own stupidity, he got himself wrecked out of the race because I passed him, and he overdrove himself trying to pass me back. And then he's sitting on the straightaway waiting for my brother and I to come by, and he flips me off. So I flip him off out of the car. My brother's right there behind me. Like he's right there. We follow each other through the race the whole time, and we just get by people because we're that much better. So we follow each other's paths all the way through. So we're always together until we get to 1 and 2. And one of us is either faster. That's just what it comes down to. And he's right behind me. The guy flips me off. He sees that. He stops right there on the track at the guy. The guy grabs the side of the wing panel and pulls it and bends it, like rips my brother's wing panel, like the siding off of it. Mm-hmm. And so after he ripped it, he like stand on it, ripped it, and went and said something to my brother and like pushed his helmet as he was like in the car and walked away. So then my middle brother, he was there at the time. He's like 6'3", 300 pounds. He's a big kid. Sitting in the stands. He comes running down the stands, opens up the gate to get onto the track, goes on the track and grabs the guy by his neck and choke slams him to the ground. So after that, the race is halted. They put a red flag on the race. All the officials are on the track. I'm on the track. I'm out of my car, but nothing is happening at this point. So my car is back to the pits, and that guy that got choke slammed, everybody got pushed away. Okay, it's over. The race has to continue. Get off the track. Okay, we get back to the pits. The guy that got choke slammed is yapping at his pit stall while we all pull up at our pit stall, and they come crying over to our trailer. And basically, from one thing to another, they start yapping, and one of them throw a fist at us, and it was just game over from there. My brother, my middle brother, big kid, he took like 3 dudes a little bit smaller than him, like close in size, 6 foot, but a little bit skinnier.
This is racing / fight.
Yeah. Basically, that's all it is. It's just redneck mayhem. But so basically, like 2-3 guys are on him, and he's like, one has him like chokehold, one has him like he's like punching a guy, and the other guy's like trying to get a hold of him to like take him down. And then I see the guy in the chokehold on him. I jump up like with like a head of steam. I jump up towards his back, and as I'm running, I grab his neck and come with it, like past him and come with it to pull him off my brother. And then after that, it was like they saw that there was like people that were getting pummeled by my brother because he's double their size, and state troopers show up, and they're like, blah, 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 where's the big kid with the ripped shirt or whatever? Because they all, like, there was only like 5 people on them. And I was like, everyone would just punch, get one guy off him, punch, choke, get another guy off. You know what I mean? Like, so like we're all getting It's like people trying to fight him, and we're all fighting these people getting to him and breaking them off of him at the same time. It's like, it was wicked. So state troopers show up. They realize that the track owner's full of shit because basically he's just favoriting, and it's his land ultimately. So it's like, it's a business they're running, but it's on private land that they own. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens, but there's no charges that could be pressed because he's in the wrong. So it's like everything that happened was just kind of like, why are the cops here for nothing if nothing's going to happen? So they show up and they're just like, all right, guys, just get out of here, blah, 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 blah. But basically all it was is people were scared for their lives because the Smith family was plummeting them.
Nice,
so
man.
that was basically it.
That's gangster as hell. That's quite the story, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that with us, man. I appreciate it all. We're going to sign off at tea time here. So thank you for popping out. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for creating a beat. Thank you for hearing me freestyle on it. We're going to let the beat play out at the end so you guys can really hear it because, I don't have the best bars. So with that being said, everyone, thank you for watching Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. I am the man in the middle here with Steve's PA.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
see you all next week at episode 100.
Peace.